As the golden sun began to set over Green Valley, Emma took a leisurely walk through the familiar streets of her charming hometown. The soft, warm breeze played with her hair, and the scent of blooming flowers filled the air. There was an undeniable sweetness in the atmosphere, a feeling she had grown accustomed to in this idyllic setting. She passed by Café Serendipity, her favorite spot where the day's laughter and heartfelt conversations still echoed in her mind. Today, she couldn't shake the memory of her friend's endless matchmaking stories. Olivia's enthusiastic retelling of a recent success brought a smile to Emma's face. It was a reminder of the power of love and connection, something she believed in wholeheartedly. After bidding her friends farewell, she let her feet guide her towards Le Mystère Antique, a quaint, mysterious shop she'd never noticed before. The dimly lit interior felt like stepping into a time capsule, with antique trinkets lining the shelves. Emma's eyes wandered, her fingers brushing against dusty relics of forgotten eras. The delicate chime of a bell above the door announced her presence, but the shopkeeper was nowhere to be seen. The silence allowed her to focus on a peculiar object that caught her attention, a gleaming, antique hourglass. She gingerly picked up the hourglass, admiring its intricate design, a tangible link to the past. It felt strangely warm to the touch, as though it held secrets of lifetimes gone by. A sense of curiosity surged within her as she turned the hourglass over and watched the grains of sand slip from one chamber to the other. It was as if time itself danced before her eyes, both mesmerizing and mysterious. Emma couldn't resist the impulse to bring the hourglass closer to her chest, the gentle hum of time resonating in her heart. Little did she know that this encounter with the hourglass would soon unravel a love story as sweet and timeless as the town she called home. In the heart of Green Valley, where the sun painted the town square in a golden hue, Emma felt an inexplicable warmth. Her fingers gently brushed against a basket of freshly picked strawberries that a local farmer had offered. His wrinkled smile spoke of the friendly familiarity that bound the tight-knit community. Amidst this warm ambience, Emma couldn't help but think of Liam, who now found himself in an entirely different world. Her heart swelled with curiosity and concern for the stranger she'd been mysteriously linked to. Meanwhile, in a bustling urban district miles away, Liam was locked in a battle with a blank canvas. He stared at it, wishing for inspiration to sweep him off his feet. Around him, unfinished paintings and disarray were testament to the turmoil within him. He longed for the simplicity that Emma's world seemed to offer. Back in Green Valley, Emma continued her walk, finally arriving at Le Mystère Antique. The antique shop had become her sanctuary since discovering the captivating hourglass. Today, it seemed to hold secrets too tantalizing to resist. Her fingertips brushed against the glass, tracing the intricate patterns etched into its surface. Unbeknownst to her, in Liam's world, a package arrived, carrying another hourglass. It was sent to him by a well-intentioned friend who believed it might help rekindle his artistic fire. The peculiar hourglass now stood on his cluttered table, right beside his incomplete paintings. Simultaneously, as Emma gazed at the antique hourglass, captivated by its mystique, Liam's fingers grazed the hourglass in his studio. In a seemingly impossible and magical twist of fate, the two turned their hourglasses at the exact same moment. Time rippled, reality blurred, and suddenly they found themselves in each other's worlds. Emma stood in a world of skyscrapers and bustling streets, while Liam found himself amidst the serene charm of Green Valley. The startling disorientation left them both speechless, confronted with the reality of their extraordinary connection. A sweet yet bewildering twist of fate had brought their parallel worlds together. Amidst the backdrop of the quaint, sunlit park in Green Valley, Emma's eyes widened in astonishment as she discovered the forgotten notebook beneath a blossoming cherry tree. The aged pages, tinged with memories, lay half buried in the fertile soil. She reached down and plucked it from its earthen cradle, her fingers trembling with anticipation. The notebook, its cover worn and weathered, unveiled its secrets. Handwritten letters adorned the pages, each bearing a sense of intimacy that was almost tangible. Emma's heart raced as she read, recognizing that the notebook contained a conversation between two strangers. The initials L and E punctuated the pages, creating an invisible thread connecting their worlds. Liam, on the other side of the divide, discovered the same notebook nestled among his art supplies. His eyes scanned the letters with curiosity, his gaze drawn to the heartfelt words penned by E and the sketches that conveyed the charm of her world. With a fierce determination, Emma began her response, pouring her thoughts onto the pages, addressing L. She captured the essence of Green Valley in her words, a vivid picture drawn in sentences and ink. Her sketch of the bustling town square was an offering of her world to this mysterious L. In his urban studio, Liam mirrored the action, crafting his response to E with a fervent intensity. His words flowed freely, painting a picture of his bustling world. He included a sketch of his own, revealing his vision of the vibrant art district that surrounded him. With each exchange in the notebook, their connection deepened, bound by the magic of the hourglasses. The notebook became a bridge between their worlds, a portal to share their thoughts, hopes, and artistic creations. Their shared dreams filled its pages, drawing them closer with every word. Emma and Liam were unwittingly forging a unique and profound connection, one that transcended the boundaries of their parallel worlds. The notebook, now a cherished treasure, held their hearts, waiting to reveal the next chapter of their enchanting story. Under the embrace of a cerulean sky, Emma sat beneath the blossoming cherry trees in Green Valley's park. The gentle caress of a spring breeze ruffled her sketchbook's pages as she meticulously drew the delicate petals of the cherry blossoms. Each stroke of her pencil was precise, a testament to her growing confidence as an artist. A small group of park-goers meandered by, drawn to the beauty of her work. They couldn't help but stop and admire the art unfolding on her sketchbook. Their praise was heartfelt, their words a symphony of encouragement that played to Emma's ears like sweet melodies. The warmth of their compliments painted a rosy blush on her cheeks. In Liam's bustling urban studio, an epiphany washed over him. He had been searching for inspiration amid the chaos of the city's art district. His eyes fixated on a blank canvas, and in a moment of exhilaration, he seized a brush, dipped it in vibrant colors, and let the bristles dance with newfound intensity. Each bold stroke was a declaration of his artistic awakening. Textures and colors intermingled on the canvas, creating an abstract masterpiece that mirrored the passion burning within him. As he worked, his focus was unwavering, and the studio seemed to come alive with creative energy. Back in her cozy Green Valley home, Emma eagerly picked up the notebook that had become their connection. With excitement, she penned her thoughts about the artistic revelation she'd experienced in the park. She described the compliments and kind words she had received from the strangers who had stopped to admire her work. Her words exuded gratitude for the newfound confidence that had taken root within her, a growth that had been unknowingly nurtured by the presence of Liam in her life. Simultaneously, in his urban space, Liam added his own thoughts to the notebook. His words spilled forth, detailing the exhilaration he had felt during his artistic breakthrough. He confessed that the artwork he had created seemed to echo the vibrant energy of Emma's sketches of the Green Valley town square. The notebook was a bridge that allowed their worlds to intersect, and through their written exchanges, their connection deepened. As the chapter concluded, both Emma and Liam found themselves gazing at the night sky. The stars twinkled overhead, a shared celestial tapestry that connected them across the divide of their parallel worlds. It was a poignant reminder of the unique bond they had formed and the limitless possibilities that lay ahead in their intertwined journey. In the heart of Green Valley, Emma sat in her cozy reading nook, bathed in the soft, warm glow of afternoon light. The notebook from Le Mystère Antique lay open on her lap. Its pages, aged and delicate, held a secret that had eluded her until now. With trembling fingers, she turned the pages, and her eyes widened with amazement as she uncovered a series of handwritten letters. The camera captured the raw astonishment that danced in her eyes as she read through the heartfelt words, each stroke of ink a testament to the depth of the connection between L and E. The intimacy in the correspondence was palpable, and her heart raced with each revelation. She could hardly believe that the letters in her hands were exchanged by the very initials that bound her and a mysterious stranger in an invisible thread. Meanwhile, in his urban loft miles away, Liam sat on the edge of his cluttered workspace, engrossed in the same notebook. The initial skepticism he'd harbored was now replaced by a dawning realization that left him speechless. As he scanned the pages filled with letters and sketches, he understood that he and E were the authors of the heartfelt conversations. The camera captured his wide-eyed astonishment and the inexplicable surge of inspiration that welled up within him. He clutched the notebook to his chest, as if it held the key to a profound revelation. Emotions swirled inside both Emma and Liam as they grappled with the realization of their shared history. Each, in their respective worlds, picked up a pen with a renewed sense of purpose. Emma, with a twinkle in her eye, penned a letter to L, her words infused with a sense of connection and intrigue. Meanwhile, Liam, in his bustling studio, addressed E in a fervent response, echoing Emma's astonishment and expressing the depth of his curiosity. As the exchanges continued through the notebook, the camera highlighted the raw authenticity of their feelings. It was as if the notebook had become a mirror, reflecting their innermost thoughts and emotions, their hearts laid bare on the pages. The chapter concluded with both Emma and Liam gazing at the night sky, their hearts tethered by the celestial tapestry that spanned the divide between their worlds. It was a poignant reminder that their connection, though separated by the boundaries of their parallel lives, was growing stronger with each heartfelt exchange. Emma's gaze fixated on the antique hourglass resting on a small table in her cozy living room. The softly glowing sand, suspended between the glass chambers, seemed to hold a world of possibilities. Her fingers traced the curves of the hourglass, marveling at the mysteries it concealed. Her thoughts oscillated between two worlds, the one she had come to adore and the one she had left behind. With every grain of sand that passed through the narrow neck of the hourglass, the weight of her decision became more apparent. Should she turn the hourglass, relinquishing her newfound love in Green Valley to return to her original life? The internal conflict swirled within her like the sand in the hourglass. A mix of wonder and trepidation danced in her eyes, her heart divided between the familiar past and the enchanting present. The choice was daunting, but Emma knew that it was a decision she couldn't postpone any longer. Meanwhile, in the bustling art district of Liam's urban world, a creative abyss loomed over him. The canvas that had once been a vessel for boundless inspiration now remained starkly blank. Frustration etched lines on his forehead as he struggled to recapture the artistic magic that had eluded him. Surrounded by unfinished paintings, he came to a realization. His art had flourished when it was intertwined with Emma's presence. The absence of her influence left his creativity in turmoil, much like the chaotic canvases that surrounded him. He knew that something was missing from his world, something intangible and irreplaceable. As Emma and Liam grappled with their individual dilemmas, the notebook became the bridge between their worlds. Emma, with quivering determination, penned her thoughts about the hourglass, addressing L. She confided her inner turmoil and the choice that loomed before her. Her words were saturated with vulnerability, the depth of her feelings evident. Simultaneously, Liam added his response, addressing E. His words carried the weight of his own artistic crisis and the vacuum her absence had created in his life. The notebook became a haven for their shared troubles, a sanctuary for emotions, and a reflection of the profound connection that had woven them together. As the chapter came to a close, both Emma and Liam found themselves looking at the night sky. The stars, though distant, bound them together, reminding them that their connection was unbreakable. In their gaze, a mutual decision took form, one that would shape the course of their love story. Emma and Liam found themselves in a defining moment, a shared realization that transcended the boundaries of their parallel worlds. They had faced uncertainty, made choices, and come to understand that love knew no limits. Emma stood in the gentle glow of her Green Valley home, the antique hourglass a silent witness to her decision. With each grain of sand that flowed from one chamber to the other, she had reaffirmed her commitment to her newfound love. Her hand rested on the hourglass, feeling the subtle vibrations of the turning sands. Liam, in his bustling urban studio, had rediscovered his artistic passion. His canvas came alive with colors and textures that mirrored his revitalized spirit. The cluttered chaos had been replaced with a sense of purpose, and the canvas bore witness to the rekindled fire within him. Across the divide, in her quaint living room, Emma turned her attention to the notebook, a bridge that connected their hearts. With thoughtful intent, she addressed a letter to Hortzeal, her words bearing the weight of her choice. Her message conveyed the bittersweet nature of her decision, the profound connection she shared with him, and the promise of a love that knew no boundaries. In Liam's bustling studio, the notebook became his sanctuary. With the fervour of a man who had discovered the depth of his feelings, he responded within its pages, addressing E. His words were a declaration, a proclamation of the profound love that had grown between them, a love that defied the limitations of their worlds. The chapter concluded with both Emma and Liam gazing at the night sky, their eyes drawn to the stars that connected them across the vast expanse. In their shared gaze, there was a promise, a mutual resolve to unite their worlds, to rewrite the rules of love, and to find a way to be together. Despite the physical separation, their love was a force that could not be contained. Emma stood at the entrance of Le Mystère Antique, with the antique hourglass cradled in her hands. The town's residents had gathered around, their eyes fixed on her. There was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air as they awaited her plan, one that would bridge the gap between two parallel worlds. With unwavering determination, Emma began to speak, her voice filled with the passion that had ignited the hearts of the people of Green Valley. She outlined her inventive plan to create a temporary bridge, a physical connection that would allow her to cross over to Liam's world. As she spoke, her eyes shone with a mix of hope and apprehension, her words resonating with the promise of unity. In his bustling urban studio, Liam had prepared for this moment. His heart raced with the thought of seeing Emma in person, a prospect that had felt impossible until now. The camera focused on his movements as he gathered art supplies and cleared a space in the studio. His eager anticipation was evident, as he couldn't wait to reunite with the woman who had captured his heart. Back in Green Valley, the residents, including skilled artisans and craftsmen, joined forces to construct the bridge. The town square, usually a haven of peaceful serenity, was transformed into a hub of creativity and industry. With unwavering determination, they channeled their skills into creating a unique structure, a bridge that would defy the boundaries of their worlds. As Emma and the townsfolk worked tirelessly, a sense of unity and resolve enveloped them. Their shared goal was a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of love and determination. The chapter reached its crescendo as the bridge stood tall in the town square, a magnificent creation symbolizing their unyielding resolve. The camera captured the awe in the eyes of the townspeople, and Emma, at the cusp of a momentous event, prepared to take her first steps across the bridge. With every step, she was determined to bridge the divide that had kept her and Liam apart, ready to embark on a journey that would unite their hearts once and for all. Epilogue. In the heart of Liam's bustling urban world, Emma, after crossing the bridge that had linked their parallel lives, found herself standing before him in his studio. It was a moment she had longed for, a dream that had defied the boundaries of reality, now a tangible truth. As their eyes locked, the anticipation, longing, and months of separation were encapsulated in a single gaze. Liam's heart raced, his eyes reflecting the depth of emotion he had held within him. The camera focused on the quiver of his lips, the faint trace of a smile that escaped as he moved closer to the love of his life. Emma's eyes shimmered with a mix of joy, love, and relief. She had crossed bridges, both real and metaphorical, to reach this point. Her steps were filled with purpose, and the camera captured the confident grace with which she approached him. Their worlds converged as Emma and Liam rushed into each other's arms, their embrace filled with the kind of emotion that words could never do justice. The camera focused on their hands as they reached out, fingers interlacing in a dance of reunion. Their hearts, once separated by distance and circumstance, were now inextricably linked. The emotions that had been bottled up for so long spilled over as they held each other close, tears of joy and relief dampening their cheeks. Their love was not a fleeting moment. It was a testament to the strength of their connection, a love that had defied the boundaries of their worlds and found its way to one another. The townsfolk from Green Valley, who had watched the reunion from afar, shared in the celebration of this extraordinary love story. Their faces mirrored a range of emotions, from hope and joy to bittersweet longing. As the chapter came to a close, the stars in the night sky above Liam's studio shone brightly, as if offering their blessing to this union of hearts. Emma and Liam held each other, a living testament to the power of love and the triumph of a connection that had once seemed impossible.